Computerising cathodic protection. Calculating the energy flow in corrosion systems. There are many software packages that offer displays of data gathered in a variety of procedures and surveys that are claimed to assist corrosion engineers in deciding the likely corrosion status of pipelines, ships' hulls, refineries and facilities. These are all based on measurements of electrical energy that pretend to be electrical potentials and current, but are in fact all based on voltages. Voltage is the difference between two potentials. Computers are just electrical circuits, electronic circuits, arranged to add units. They're adding machines. We use these circuits by assembling them in such a way that we can switch the current through a series of paths to a desired point in the circuit, where the charge is used to activate a pixel in the display or cause a mechanical movement of a solenoid. Commands are activated by toggle switches on a keyboard or by short-circuiting human body potential on a touch screen. Other potentials can other probes can input commands from other sources of electrical charges. It is essential that a corrosion engineer understands these technical limitations when using computers as tools in the study of the corrosion reaction. As in all science studies, we must start by establishing axioms from the Big Bang until now. Otherwise it's not real science. We use the model of time being expansion and humans being electrochemical organisms that have evolved into our present condition. This is real science. Can the Earth think? And is the cosmos a living being? Both of these questions have been postulated by respected scientists and supported by the results I have personally recorded during surveys over cross-country pipelines. We must gather data in the form of binary numbers and observations that can be compared digitally. We can then create algorithms that can calculate and display results that can be understood by a child. The software developed in the Cathodic Protection Network Dynamic project uses the computer to calculate the possible outcomes of detected conditions based on historical data and dynamic input. So a team who are surveying across a pipeline can input their results, their data and their observations dynamically as they progress, and this will go into the computer which will then model the whole of the system. This requires the use of established probes, such as the so-called half-cell, together with pH probes, isopotential cells, and most importantly, the Alexander cell, without which computerization is impossible. The reason for this is that the Alexander cell establishes the point at which corrosion stops. Artificial intelligence is not intelligence. Programs that learn by trial and error are called artificial intelligence. In large language models, they sense sound waves and output these rearranged after manipulating through loops set to trigger to move on when the determined conditions are met. This takes a massive amount of electrical energy and is impractical for use in corrosion control. However, we can write algorithms that trigger actions when corrosion has stopped using the Alexander cell. Corrosion is an electrochemical reaction that discharges electricity into a circuit. A simple example of this is a dry cell battery in a torch. When the circuit is closed, the torch is switched on and photons are discharged from the bulb of the torch or the LCD in the torch. The study of corrosion, decomposition and energy transfer provides the scientific bridge between biology and technology. Corrosion science commands humanity that relies on energy to actuate the structures that accommodate the communities that have evolved.